It's the cast that got you listening. Late nights, early mornings, we stay interested in going to bed or wake up yawning. Go ahead and listen in. Even all day long, they still be watching on their computers and their phones. They stay locked in. It's that Bilingual Podcast where we talking with Big Mo and Platinum Cash.
Wow, you know how serious it is? I wear my real glasses today because stuff is just being way crazy. But thank y'all for tuning in to the Guy Lingo Podcast with your host, Big Mo, me, Platinum Cash. We have another great show for y'all tonight. It's been a long while. Big Mo has been on hiatus, so that made me be on the hiatus. I doubt y'all want to hear me gamble, or get here over last month, and so HD filled in, and so now Big Mo is back, and it- here more this last few months. I think we probably only did a total of like 3 shows over the last 3 months. I've been getting a lot of text messages from the small audience that we got out there. Where how come we aren't coming out with our shows and stuff? And I said, hey, don't blame me. I ain't been gone for a month. This guy is. So, but we are here. And we're gonna go. So just listen. You know what it is? I was talking like no matter what it is with Mo, I always have an issue with my computer starting up. Anybody else is just me and anybody not an issue. I check my whole computer all day, set it up all day. You ready? Come on. Before we start, can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Next thing you know, my computer started messing up, and then I can't never start on a normal time. Here we are at 7:45. But
By the
thank
way,
y'all.
that the last like 30 seconds, that's the first time that I actually heard you. Other than that, bro, you were in and out like a robot.
Wow. I literally just talked for 5 minutes.
You did.
It sounded
I
good to
didn't
myself, so hopefully it sounded.
I didn't want to stop you, bro, but you know what? Jenny need to buy you a new computer. I think you're still rolling with that 2012 Mac, and that's what happened.
Oh, that's 2012. This ain't 2012. It's a post COVID. It's a post COVID Mac.
Oh man, you need to take that back.
It it may be just getting a lot of dust into it.
Tell Jenny to get off the internet, bro.
So that
Y'all
could
bandwidth y'all bandwidth ain't allowing it today. Uh,
so
Chat, I know it ain't only me. Put something in the chat if
tell you,
platinum.
I done got on and off of this thing like 17 times.
Yeah, you have.
Bye. Watch.
He, he's restarted. He's came back. Uh I just think it's funny. Oh man, chat, I'm back. Oh, I'm back, chat. It's been a long 4 weeks, 5 weeks since I've been on. I spent a couple weeks in Europe due to work. Okay. Had a little fun. I got to go to Belgium for the first time. That was actually pretty cool. Platinum, I do want you to know that your picture is super clear now, so you actually look good. So hopefully you sound good. But anyways, Chad, it was actually pretty cool. I went to Belgium, I went to Amsterdam, some other parts of Netherlands. So it was actually it was a pretty good time. And then I came back. Most of the times I'm never jet lag or anything like that, but it took me about a week to recover this time around. So I thought that was pretty crazy. Um, but all in all, it was a great few weeks. Father's Day was last week. You guys see my little Father's Day gift in the background. It's pretty dope, ain't it? Yeah. Uh,
Happy post Father's Day to all the Father's Day to all the fathers out there. They didn't
yeah.
get to really celebrate it. We usually do a show on that day.
We,
So
we we do. That's a big day to do a show. But you know, it's good though. Everybody was able to have a good Father's Day, so that's a good thing.
yeah, shout out to that sign. That sign's looking nice, man.
Yeah,
Looking nice.
it's pretty sweet. I like it, bro. I gotta hide the cord because I don't like the cord in my background. So now I gotta drill a hole in the wall and go down and
Oh
stuff like
wow.
that. I'm gonna work on that. But
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure you got a brother-in-law that does stuff like that.
yeah. He ain't never available. So once I poke about 5 holes in the wall, then I call him. He just come fix it. That's usually how it
Five
works.
hole for
That's usually how it works. I tear it up and then he come and resolve my issue. So that's usually how it works.
Shoot, I needed him to come do this backyard.
Did your dad get his turf laid down? I
Man,
meant to send a message and ask you that question.
uh, so
Well, chat,
um,
we did hear so from him. Maybe we'll get something else in a second.
that's all y'all got?
We got so.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to talk at all.
We got a whole we got a whole sentence there. Man ain't gonna be able to talk at all.
Wait, maybe I'm clear now. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, bro.
So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna do the turf because it was pouring down rain. The weight, we gotta level it all out. You gotta put the sand, all that. So my mom calls the mom it's raining. So that's why I ain't over there to do it because it's raining. You said you're gonna come. I'm like, go over there. So now we're doing that. It ain't like we close. So I was like, okay, mom, if I was gonna go over there, I would have just went over there and did it, bring it. So I said, well, did you guys all do it? And she said, boy, bye. So when she said that, I realized they went ahead and put that stuff down anyway. So it's probably in the picture of how I'm having a feeling that it ain't up to par. But hey, if they okay with it, they're okay with it. Off and back
So
on. You can't just come hop on the side here.
so it's not up the code. It's not up the code. It's not being up the code. That's not a bad problem until
I
it
have
start
no idea.
raining.
I have no idea. So we'll see what it looks like when I get over there. I haven't been over there. She said, well, can we use your power washer? I said, Mom, I gave you one. Yeah, she did. And she said, how'd you power washer thing last year? I said, well, what'd you do power washer?
Hey, sometimes it takes for it to rain, and once it flood, then they're gonna realize what they did wrong.
Well, I hope it don't flood. True.
Hey,
That
hey,
means
if you don't put that stuff
then
on
you know what it comes down to? Then it's me.
bro, if you don't put that stuff on right, it will flood, man.
Yeah, see? And then it comes down to me. I ain't one either. Because ain't nobody there.
Yeah,
Then I'd be like, dang, look what y'all did. Y'all done flooded the whole house.
you don't put that stuff on right, bro. She gonna be screwed,
Well, we'll see. We'll see what it is.
man.
Hope it works.
I guess we'll find out in the winter.
But that's how we be though. We want to be cheap because we ain't trying to spend that extra money to make it look the right way because we ain't trying to be here that long. That's what we always say. I ain't trying to be here that long anyway. So I'm gonna use this way. And I try to do that and then realized I got to redo it anyway. So I might as well take one time to do it the right way. If I got to keep redoing it every spring.
Sometimes that's what happens, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
that is the case. But the crappy
Now I got
part, right?
myself.
But I think the crappy part about the whole situation, right? Because I've done this before, right? You do all of that because you don't want to spend a lot of time on it, and then you end up redoing it all for more money.
Time.
Never fun, man. So sometimes you just
It's
gotta
sweat equity.
yeah, but sometimes you just gotta knock it out, man. That sweat equity gotta just kick in, and you just gotta be like, I'm gonna knock it out.
Well, that's
But I'm sure
probably what they did, but that don't mean it was done right.
your pops is
Like I'm
probably
trying to
like,
knock out this level for my shit.
but your pops, right? But
And
your pops was looking at it from a view perspective, though, right? He want to make sure that it looks good. That don't mean it's right, but he want to make sure it looks good.
I don't even know because originally, you want to know the original? He didn't even have the sand. He already had things down when I went over there the first time. Even there was I said, "There you can't have potholes and turf." Like what? Like they was. I was like, "What are you doing?" It didn't even move They didn't even move the stuff out of the way. Like they just put the turf. If I had pictures of it, I wish I could show you. My dad literally had the turf just around the rabbit cage. I said, "Dad, you got to move the rabbit cage. And you got to put that turf on the whole area over there. You got to level it. Well, just because y'all have it here, if you decide to move, people aren't going to have that rabbit cage there, and then it's just going
Well,
to be a dirt."
well, but there's some things like I think my brother-in-law, he was kind of as I was doing my back patio and stuff. There are some things that the appraiser and stuff when they're looking at that stuff. So even when if they decide to move, if it ain't installed right, they're gonna ask for less money so that the next people can actually
Mhm.
install it correctly, right? So there's options and stuff. There's a lot, but yeah.
You might as well just left the dirt.
Oh man. Maybe
I
that
feel
was
like I
his
redo
father,
my yard at
but maybe
least
that
every
was his
year, and
Father's
then
Day gift. Was it his Father's Day gift from Flo?
Bert does like I got and call it good. My mom said my wife was the same people. She said, "Can I have greenery in the backyard?" I was like, "Mom, why didn't you just plant some flowers on the side? Like, why do you got to get green? Why do you got to get turf?" So then my dad thinks he has to do it himself,
Yeah, yeah.
so he tries to do it himself because he don't want to ask for help. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And then you try to tell them what they really need to be doing, and then they're like, "Dang, that's a lot of work." And I was like, "That's why people pay people to do it, and that's why it costs."
Boy, you can't get your parents. You can't tell your parents what to do.
No, we ain't finna pay that. Well, then
Yeah, that's how
who's
it
finna do
works.
it?
I can do it for half the price.
And then I get called in for manual labor. This is free labor right here.
Well, first
Where
of
your
all, I
grandkids at? Call your grandkids up to get over here and do this.
I think I'm more surprised that they did it while it was raining because usually got to have that dry grass to actually be able to put that turf down.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when they get back how that turf is looking.
All right, what we got going on, bro?
I don't know.
I
I
didn't
did
I didn't get I didn't get
up
none
here.
of that last second from you, so you're gonna have to repeat it, bro.
Dang. So now I gotta repeat. it. Can you hear me? You can't hear me at all?
Now I can. Hey, chat, can y'all clearly hear him, or is he going in and out? Somebody respond in the chat if y'all can clearly hear him.
Well, my wife came down here and said, "You're all glitched up on the screen."
Oh, your screen's bad. I can assure you that your screen's bad.
This is insane. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. I look clear as day on my screen, clear as day.
You moving and stuff?
Too bad I didn't get.
I didn't hear the questions anyways, chat. but, but he gonna be mad. Watch he has to cut the show early. Oh man. Oh boy. You can't help but to laugh. Yeah, he was in and out for me as well. There's moments I heard him very clear, and then there's moments I barely hear him. So he was definitely in and out for me as well. So what y'all think about my sign though, chat? It's pretty sweet, huh? I could show y'all some features and functionalities on this thing while he trying to figure himself out with my little remote. Has this little digital touch remote that you can play around with it. Right? You want to make it a little brighter? Earlier it was bright. Well, oh, I done something to it. I better not be over here pushing, but oh, my bad. Turned it upside down. Look at that thing right there. It's like a glow dark right there. You gotta keep it low so you can actually read it and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. But you can push this button right here. Whoop, whoop. Get that little get that little blinking display. It's pretty sweet, ain't it, chat? Yeah. It got some more functionality on here as well. I'm feeling it. Pretty sweet. Nice gift. Still gotta hide the cord though. I don't like the cord just drop down like that. I'm gonna have to hide that thing and see how I go. Uh oh. Maybe he's back and maybe he's working. Let's see, chat.
Okay. Uh,
I was given a demo on my light. Uh, oh, he always getting irritated.
what do you
He
mean a
can't-
demo?
I was given a demo. It does different stuff.
It,
I can get it.
it's
It
every
gets
time.
huh? It gets brighter. It flips. You can have it blinking. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, you talking about your light has different
Yeah. I was given demo on
phases.
that thing. Yeah, it was the do. It was actually pretty cool.
Well, I'm only at 45%.
Well, I can at least hear you with your 45% better than what you were.
But
All right. All right. So moving on. What we got?
Can you see?
Yeah, I mean, we can somewhat hit you. We can hear you. There's
Wow.
moments where we hear you like clear, and then there's moments you're like like that.
This is horrible.
Are we jumping
Horrible.
into Are we jumping
Horrible.
into sports? Are we talking about in the news? What you got?
There's someone who have this whole month where
Oh shit! I mean, shoot. Y'all heard that chat? Sound like a ninja.
this was the grandma.
Mm, heard something about a grandma.
What?
Hey, bro.
This don't make
Hey,
any
hey,
sense.
hey,
Oh
platinum.
man.
Try and do it. Try and do it from your phone. Try and do it from your phone and see if it goes through. See if you can call in from your do it from your phone. You heard me?
I heard I'm just gonna go from my
Yeah. Try and go on Galingo from your phone and see if that works. Because it may work on your phone, which would be perfect. At least we'll be able to hear you and see you. You probably ain't got the premium look, but
you can't see me anyway.
nah, bro, you look like a Jamaican right now.
I am. All right, let's see this.
All right, he gonna try it from his phone, chat. Man, we come back. It's been all about his audio. I ain't even so I bought some chocolate back from Belgium. They got one of the coolest things about Belgium. I'll just talk about myself. Man, the Belgian waffle is legit, by the way. So the waffle is legit. It's really good. Um, fresh. You can get a lot of stuff on it, but I'm not into all of that stuff, which is crazy. But man, it's so good. I'm just thinking about a lot of the food when I was there. The pizza is outstanding as well. So as I think about like a lot of the food and stuff, I think I ate really good. But I think that was probably my favorite part. The sightseeing is pretty cool. Belgium, they have like that big massive cathedral that you see on TV, and it's like made of gold. That's actually pretty sweet to see. Um, and then Amsterdam's Amsterdam. I think that was my third or fourth time going. So, you kind of get. I think after you've been, you just start to get used to the piece of it. I think one of the biggest things about this time of year in Amsterdam is that it doesn't get dark till like 11:30 or 12 o'clock. And what's crazy about it getting dark 11:30 12 o'clock, you would think that well it'll get bright later, but it's pure daylight by 4 a.m. It is like pure daylight. So I didn't sleep a lot, as much as I tried to go to bed. And then the time zone differences when you're chatting with your wife. I swear I was calling her when I'm walking to my train because I got to take a train to the office every day. But I'm calling her and it's like probably 11:30, 12 o'clock here. But she was a trooper. She was answering the phone calls. That's a trooper right there. Hey, Platinum. By the way, you are super clear now. Can you talk?
Oh yeah, I can talk. I
Hey,
don't.
we got it. We got it. We
Well,
got
I
it.
don't
We
like this
good.
angle, and I don't like how fuzzy it looks to me here. It ain't very 4K.
You know what? What you look for? What you didn't look 4K on your computer. You look 1K. You
Well,
look 2K.
to me, it
You
looked
look
4K. Like I look clear as day to me. But yes, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like somebody looking. That's about it.
Yeah, man.
I got all this hair
I
in
was
my
just
face.
I was just telling them the Belgian waffles is pretty damn good. I took the train to Belgium one day. Some pretty good food, man.
You went all wait. You went all the way to
I did.
Belgium just to try the waffles?
I wanted to try the waffles, bro. It's a 2-hour train ride.
Are they any
So,
different? Are they any different than they are made here?
well, I haven't had a Belgian waffle here. I've had a waffle.
What?
They're different. They're different, bro.
How
Yeah,
do you know you haven't even had one here?
they're different. I I could take all of the food's different, bro. Like, what's crazy is here, I'm always sold on the Italian food because I love Italian food in general. But the pizza, bro, I can eat a whole pizza in Europe, a whole pizza, right?
Will they
Phenomenal.
come out like this big?
Nah, they're probably mod size pizza, right? I can eat a whole one. Pretty good, bro. The sauce is perfect. Here, I can barely eat a whole one here, man. It's crazy.
Well, the goal ain't to eat a whole pizza. What that ain't the
But
goal.
but you eat it and you still be hungry at the end, though. That's the thing, man. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. This time I did not have a space cake chat like last year. Last year, huh?
Let's get it.
What's that?
You should have brought.
I'm officially sold platinum. It is your internet. I'm officially sold on that. And there's nothing you can prove me different. Because just then you were super clear. Now you're going in and out. It is your internet. Y'all need to get off that. Y'all need to get off that 500 megabyte internet, and y'all need to upgrade.
We can't have the 5. No,
You
you
can't
gotta
what?
have the big. You gotta have the high. You can't have that one. You gotta have.
Well, you know what? For every second you're crapping out on you, you need to call the internet company and let them know.
And you want to know the crazy thing about it? It's only right. Whenever I'm trying to do, I'm all day doing my insurance stuff. No internet problems. Music stuff. No internet problems. Get ready to hop on this. Everything wants to be a problem.
Maybe because everybody on the internet at 7:30 p.m.
That's probably it. That could be it too. My neighborhood is, yeah. And all my electronics out here are turned off, and I got like 17 of them.
Bring the network down. Just go boop on the grid. All right, what you got? You was telling the story platinum before we couldn't hear you. We can hear you. You're moving. We see you.
Oh,
I
y'all can
think
hear me?
the chat feeling good. What you got, bro?
Well, I was going to start local. We had a lot of local craziness going on, but there's a story of a grandma in Mechanicsville who
Where's
decided
that?
to
Where's that
poison.
located? Where's that
I
located?
don't,
You said
shoot.
Mechanicsville?
Yeah. New York,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, New York. She killed 6 of her family members by poison. They don't
What
know
type
why
of
she did
poison?
it, but they think she left a note and wrote in a diary of the reasons why, but they have not been released yet.
Is she still alive?
The grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah. She was arrested.
They didn't say what type of poison she used.
She killed her adult daughter and 5 grandchildren. Dang.
I just wonder about it, and the reason why I wonder about it is because when anything could be poison, right? Eye drops, right? Like I used to watch those
Yeah.
shows, so I see people put eye drops in people drinks, and that would actually cause of people to get very sick and potentially die as well. That's why I was wondering what type of poison, but
It just says
she
over the counter medications.
mm, and it was
And
her
they're
daughter and five grandchildren.
4 grandchildren. I don't know why it said 6.
She's That's the devil, bro. Man, she needs to pray. How Out of curiosity, how old was the grandkids?
The grandkids, the
Yeah,
grandma
what
was
are you?
50, 64.
She was 64.
Yep.
Wow, so they were all young.
The mom was 44. The kids were 13, 11, and twins 10.
Dang.
Like I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Like these damn like what is the point where you like, you know what, I can't stand your mom. I couldn't stand your mom before, and I can't stand your mom now, and I definitely can't stand her and you kids. Like
I
I'm trying to figure where does it get to that point where you can't just be like, just leave, grandma?
Well, where does it get to the point where you want to murder somebody?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
I
Not only
mean,
somebody, your kid and your grandkids.
well, you know what the old people used to say. My mama used to say, "I brought you in this life, I take you out this life." Before
Yeah.
she slapped the shit out of me. So, I mean, Maybe
I brought
maybe
you in this world. I'll take you out, Mo.
yep. Well, you know the saying. Yeah, you
That's
obviously know the saying too, so you got hit too, huh?
that. Well, I got beyond hit. I got beat. Can you guys?
So
Hey, is there? Can you go back? Is there such thing as going back and retaliate, getting back on those beatings? like, like, can we
hey,
can we can
hey,
we go back?
hey, you know it's illegal to hit a kid like that now, right? I sit back
Man,
and I sit back and I think about it, right? Like imagine like a rich kid, right? Like I ain't rich, so I can't go back and sue my mama. You know how they going back suing these people for quote unquote alleged assault and stuff like that. We can't go back and sue people for hitting on us because that girl that whooped my ass in karate, I believe that's a lawsuit. I really do think that's a lawsuit.
yeah, you should be paying her. If you try to take her to court, I wish I
She
would
kicked
be like Judge Judy. She'd be like, "Listen
that was
here,
an
I said,
assault.
Mo."
She kicked me in
She'd
my nose. That was a damn
be like,
assault.
"Listen
And
here,
like,
Mo. Just for wasting my time, you need to go ahead and pay her."
I, I'm just asking a question.
Mm.
I'm just curious. Well, I'm just curious because
Mo,
like
I'm taking you to court. I'm taking you to court for my for them beatings that I took back in the day. And you know what? You know what will happen the minute we left the court?
she'll probably be. Hey,
This courts. I said, Mom, they
hey,
said they was trying to give people back their money from getting beatings. So I thought
uh,
I'd bring you in here.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Slap me right there in the court. Hope y'all take it. This boy's stupid.
yeah. But chat, it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's sad that this grandma went all the way to that extreme. But like it's not really worth going to that extreme, right? Like if you really sit back and think about what all of these people are doing and how they're doing it, like I don't get it. Like I keep hearing more and more stories over people doing crazy stuff, right? And when you hear these stories, it's like
Yeah.
you know how you be watching movies and you be like, it's especially my wife. My wife's always like stuff is fake, right? But then you hear these stories and you're like, "Ah, I see where they get it from in the movie. Somebody did it."
The ideas? Yeah. Somebody tried it. Or if they didn't do it, hadn't tried it, they get it from the movies and try it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So
It's crazy. I don't know. I'm kinda glad she ain't getting a
check
lot of
this out.
I'm kinda glad she ain't getting a lot of media attention because she don't need it.
She will. First alert. Uh, check Boy 10 charged with attempted murder and rape of a woman 22 while jogging through a park in France. 10.
Well well, first and foremost, I was about to ask, did he have a gun? But in a lot of those European countries, you can't own a gun and it's hard to get your hands on them.
He had a knife.
He had a knife.
Yeah.
So he held the knife to her throat and raped her at the age of 10.
Stabbed her while jogging through the park. Attempted murder and rape. 10-year-old kid. That's crazy.
How old is your kid?
These people get 10. That's what
So
I'm telling you.
I'm just thinking how small she is, right? And then I think about, and she's actually big for her age, right? If you think about it, she's actually big for her age.
Yeah.
So a lot of more people are a lot more smaller than her because she's pretty tall and big for her age. I'm just sitting here just thinking, I'm running. He must have stabbed her when she wasn't looking and put her unconscious. because ain't no way
Oh,
a
you
little
mean when she
10-year
fell?
well,
Almo-
something. There had to be more to it that they're not releasing because a 10-year-old up against an adult. That's what I'm trying to process, right? He must have stabbed her when she
Then you're
wasn't
pretty
looking.
fit because you're jogging, right? So you're not like you're out of shape adult. You're a 22-year-old
Yeah,
in shape adult.
yeah. So you're definitely fit
So I
because
don't
you're
know how
black.
she was. Let me see here. It says while she was running, she was attacked. Wait a
There's more
minute.
to that.
Okay. When she refused, the boy allegedly pulled out a knife and stabbed the woman twice. So they stopped. He must have said something to her. She was like, no. And instead of just taking off running, he ended up stabbing her in the
This is at a
arm
park. Wait, wait,
and in the
wait, wait,
abdomen.
wait. This is at a
But I'm
park.
trying to figure out where's the rape back because there's no.
Where
She
is
never said that he tried to
where
do
is
that.
everyone else in the park, bro? Is she running by herself? Was this at 3 a.m., 4 a.m.? Was this at night? Like, where did this take place?
Uh,
I don't get it.
shoot, man, it
I'm
was in the
still
middle of
sitting
the
here
park.
confused. I'm still confused on that one. I don't know. I get that there's some big 10-year-olds chat. I understand.
He
I
can't even
understand.
be detained in jail. He has to stay at home under house arrest
But yeah,
because he's 10.
I don't. Yeah, where else do you put a 10-year-old?
That man, shoot.
That's
I was gonna
unbelievable,
tell you
man.
this: if he was black, he'd probably be in jail
He
still at
actually
10.
probably he actually probably is black because most French are black.
They don't have a picture of
That's because
either one.
he's a minor. That's crazy,
That's how
bro.
they do it in France too.
Yeah, most French are black though. That's crazy though.
Most French are black.
Dang, that's crazy. Just crazy to just process that a 10-year-old stabbing a person and then trying to rape her.
But when you read it, it didn't say he tried to rape her. It said he stabbed her in the abdomen and the arm and ran off.
Yeah.
So unless he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to rape you," and said it to her, that was his reason for stopping her. And then she
Gotcha.
said no, and then he stabbed her and he ran.
Gotcha.
Because she
Thank you,
probably
Mike.
looked at him and was like,
We happy to be back.
"Really, 10-year?"
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. We happy to be back on the wave, but we took a little break, but we back.
Mike.
What else we got, Platinum? I don't like that story.
I mean, I'm just reading what I see. We got a story of a guy. If you come up here, this guy. Where we at? A Maryland teenager will spend decades behind bars for beating, kidnapping, and brutally killing his former boss by leaving him in a truck and then setting it on fire. All over some.
Platinum, you got to say the last part again because you kind of cut out there. So a
Oh, I
man was
said, yeah, a 19-year-old teenager from Maryland will be spending decades behind bars. He was just charged for
okay,
beating, kidnapping, and brutally killing his former boss,
okay,
setting him on fire inside of his truck, all over
okay.
money.
All over his check or all over? Well, when you say all over money, he didn't get paid.
No, he had been stealing money from the business, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Ooh,
Oh, had been stolen from his house. And so I think that he knew that who was end up doing it. He knew he was going to end up getting caught. But here's my thing: you've been stealing this money, right? You get busted to go to jail or prison for that. You're looking at 3 to 5 years. If it's that, he may be like, all right, you know, pay it back. I don't know what he may say. You're
So
young. What he may say to him.
so depending
But
on the
now,
state you're in, and depending on
correct.
your
Okay,
and your nationality, don't forget that.
my kid.
Okay, he probably looking at 3 to 5.
So he went from that point of just taking that and being like, all right, I'm busted here, to the extreme. I don't know why they go from just being busted for the minimal to going all the way to the most and being either on death row or in prison for life. Like, I don't know what's going through your head. Like, I'm going to get in trouble for this small thing, but screw that small thing I'm going to get in trouble for. I'm not going to get in trouble if I do this. Like, I was just watching the show today. Dude just killed his parents. Why? Because he had been lying about going to college. And they found out.
So
Yeah, so you have been lying about college instead of just being like, okay, I'm not going to the space program and I wasn't going to college, parents. You got me. All right. I'm only like, this was a 19-year-old kid too. I'm only 19. I'll figure it out. He was like, it's the end of the world. I lied to them and it's all over. You know what? Kill both of them.
but platinum in that situation, out of curiosity, as you're describing that, um, was his parents paying for his education and he just wasn't going? Were they giving him the money and he was supposed to be paying for it, or how did that plan out?
No, he was supposed to be getting into a certain program and he had been lying to his parents that he had been going to school. He hadn't been going to school. He had been out of school for the longest. So he had been lying to him and building all this stuff up. So he's thinking everybody, has this rapport about him, like, oh, he's a great kid. He's in college. He just got qualified for the oh, and then on the backside, he ain't even doing that. Like he just chilling, not even going to school, not even working.
So touching
But
on a couple.
he was forging all the calls. He was forging all the calls and forging all the emails to his parents saying, hey, we can't honest why you here.
I uh you go from, first of all, he embezzled $100,000, is what you said. The guy that was in Washington or DC.
It was hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of
They didn't give a
thousands,
number. Yeah,
but
hundreds.
hundreds, right, of thousands of
Yeah,
dollars.
so he lost his house. Well, if I lost, right? And I lose my first $1,000, there's no way I'm leaving more thousands of dollars in my house.
Rich people. Rich people. Uh
Or I'm definitely moving my hiding spot because apparently somebody knew where you put your stuff at.
and then he decided to go and just set her on fire. There had to be more. I think there's more. I think there was a threat somewhere in there. Where
He probably found out it was him and said, hey, I think it's something's happening with my stuff to you. If it is, I think you need to send my stuff back or I'm gonna have to do this. Right? The
yeah,
ultimatum. And he was like, well, before you do that, I'm gonna do this.
yeah.
That's about it.
I don't know about that, man. Like at the end of the day, you go off for 3 to 5 years, and now you got what, your life in prison, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Maybe he owed someone to the point where he knew that being in prison is probably a lot more safer than him being in the streets. I like that's the thing. I
That you
don't know.
could say that, or he had a drug or gambling problem
Yeah.
because hundreds of thousands of dollars at 19. What are you doing? Like, what are you
that-
doing?
that's why I'm sitting here like, man, and that's tax free because you stole it.
Yeah. So what are
So,
you doing? Like, where are you traveling? Where are you kicking it at? Like, where are you at 19 blowing hundreds of thousands of dollars?
strip club, Vegas. You could blow 100 grand in Vegas easily. So
Oh,
ain't no telling what he was doing. I mean, I'm just thinking about the hookah lounges these days. He probably blew a good 20 grand. I don't know. Like I can't process someone handing me $100,000 and I have nothing to show for. You know what I mean? Like that part just can't be processed, right? Uh, I'm gonna have something to
something
show for.
for when you're not supposed to have that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have something to show for. I don't know. I just feel there's more to that. But damn, he ain't have to set her on fire. He did not like that
You mean
boss.
set him?
He
Yeah,
did
he
not
set the
like it.
boss on fire. Yeah.
Man, that's yeah. And hopefully the boss didn't confront him or anything like that because the boss shouldn't, right? The boss should have just called the cops, let them deal with it, right? Say nothing. If he would have said absolutely nothing to this kid, he's probably alive, right? Because technically, when people are embezzling or stealing, you don't confront the issue, right? You do all of the investigation, turn it over to the police, and let them deal with it. Obviously, that boss did not like that, and he obviously said something that led to him being murdered and set on fire. Um, you know, Europeans think America is a dangerous place, and I think it's because they be reading these stories.
That's because there's a bunch of them. Like it just happened all day. Now that I started doing this, I ain't even got to search no more. I just get it
Right.
like I'm on a news clip. It just pop in. Talk about this today. Boom. There it is.
Like that is yeah, that's insane, bro. It's crazy to even see that.
Yeah.
What
Even
else?
crazier. I got even crazier stories. So this is
What,
literally
man?
just happened. Literally just happened.
Locally?
No, not locally, but
Okay.
it just happened in the news. It was these two sisters out of I think they're in California, on the border, close to Mexico, Texas or California, one of the two. But close to Mexico, there, these two sisters and one of their friends, in the middle of the day, like literally 1:45 in the afternoon, on a busy ass street corner, decided to chop up this lady on the middle of the day. I don't know what happened. They confronted her or something. I don't know what they didn't like what she looked like or whatever. But the lady was 32, mother of five. In the middle of the day, these sisters that were 21 and 19, and their 21-year-old friend decided to chop this lady up in the middle of the day on a busy ass street corner. Nobody did nothing.
What they have machetes? You don't chop somebody up randomly.
No, I have no idea. But when you see the girls are little girls, like they're 21, but don't look like that's what they do. Like, don't even look like they. But the girls, the sisters that are picked up, they're smiling because they think it's a funny thing. Maybe they're gang related. I don't know. Cookie and Kitty are their names. Cookie and Kitty.
Cookie and Kitty.
Yeah, it doesn't say what they had. It says
Oh
stabbed
man.
multiple times in broad daylight, just after 2 p.m. On Thursday.
They had to have a machete. That's a sister pack right there. First of all, that blows my mind away. But at the end of the day, it is a sister pack, right? Like that sister said, we going down together. Um, I
There's,
don't know.
can y'all see that?
Yeah, I can see the picture.
That's one.
I don't. Don't the ones you got to make sure that you see, bro. Yeah, don't the ones you got to make sure they look like a couple teenagers that. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know. I'm speechless. First of all, what they just walked up to her and said something and then just started stabbing her.
Yeah, that's all they said. Like something must have happened. It was a confrontation or something, and next thing you know, they started stabbing her.
That's crazy.
They don't have a real reason why, and obviously those girls aren't talking quite yet.
I guess they figure you say nothing, you get away with it.
My last story before we get into some sports. Well, this is a sports related story. My Detroit Lions cornerback.
Mm, mm.
Uh, these here's what's kind of weird, and I'm trying to figure out how this case is going to work out because he got robbed. They took his stuff. Okay, he got mad that they took his stuff, and he went old school street status and went back and
You
robbed the
can't do
robbers.
that. You can't do that.
The people that he kidnapped the people that robbed him and robbed his stuff back and said, "Show me what y'all did with the rest of my stuff." But
He Well, how this is gonna play out is he's gonna go to prison for a very long time.
you think so?
Yeah,
Oh, this is the same thing that you know what I just thought about. This is the same thing O.J. Simpson did.
exactly. He's gonna go to prison for a very long time,
Same thing
right?
O.J. Simpson did.
OJ Simpson went to steal his memorabilia back that they had took from him, right?
Yeah, he didn't
Uh,
kidnap and then rob the people.
he didn't kidnap the people. So again, the robbery part he probably could have gotten off, right?
Yeah, because
You
you
know,
robbing, you're stealing your own stuff back.
he robbed me, I got my shit back, right?
Yeah,
Well, the part that became crazy is the kidnapping part. That's the part where, ooh, that right there is just not, because I think it was kidnap and torture, right? So
oh dang.
he didn't only kidnap, he was he was torturing them, right? So he had them tied up and shit, bro.
Yeah, he went ghost status. He was like, "I'm going ghost." This
He
is
said he was, and what was crazy was everyone else has already been charged and tried except for him. So they snitched on him. So
well.
apparently,
Here's the thing. That's what I was trying to say. Like y'all wait until right when football get ready to start to do all this. He
don't
been
matter.
out for this whole time.
Don't matter. Don't matter. He would have been done anyways. You just can't do that. Like at the end of the
Shit.
day, I get that nobody trusts the law enforcement today when robberies and things like that happen because the chance of you getting your stuff back is slim to none. I get that. Right, but as soon as he found out who these people were, which he knew, instead of trying to get even, right, he should have just turned it over to the cops and just, went on. Because at the end of the day, like, you're also a professional athlete, right? And that doesn't take anything away, but you have a lot more access to things that, the normal person does not have access to, right? And whether that's security or whether that's, law enforcement or private investigators or whatever the case may be, these people could have been put away for a very long time for
Yeah,
robbery. But he chose, not to use his available assets that he had. And he went
he did use
rogue.
his available assets.
Yeah, yeah, his friends. So he's been hanging around the wrong crew as well. Because
No,
they
you
all
know he had the one dude over there like, nah, man, you can't risk all that. We let us just handle it. Let us
let
just
us
do it,
handle
man.
it. Yep, yep,
We'll
yep.
just
In
we'll
the
just go ahead
hood.
and do it. You just stay way out of there. We'll go get it. No, man, no. And then you had the other dude like, no, man, come on. You ain't no bitch. Let's go. So
That,
he was like, yeah, I ain't. No, I ain't. Let's go. We
that's
can't let
probably
them
how it played out. That's probably how it played out. But
got
it
all
didn't.
hyped up. And that one dude was like, dang, man, you about to fuck it all up. You about to fuck it.
Yep, you had the one friend that was like, "I'm out, I'm out." So there was
Mhm.
one that said he was out, and
Like you gonna remember me tomorrow when you call me, be like, shit, I should have done that.
that one is seeing him on TV right now, and unfortunately, it sucks because he was just about to get a lucrative contract too. He was very talented, but isn't his NFL career is officially over? Um, Ain't no
And I'm
recovering.
back to the drawing boards for my DBs. Back to the drawing board.
Ain't
Back to
no
the drawing
coming back on that one, brother. That was.
board. They'll be having open tryouts for DBs coming up here.
I've been working on my backpedaling.
Shoot, that's all I got.
I probably can't go left and right.
Once,
but I
once they break, it's over. Once they break, I'm broke.
Oh man,
You good. If we're going straight, I'm good.
dang! But that sucks. Though it did suck. I did see that report this week, and I was like, damn, that's unfortunate for that dude. But at some point, and I say this all the time, right? Like, because everybody, in the NFL compared to the NBA, you get a lot more people that truly do come from poverty and come from a hooded neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And when you leave those situations, you always feel like you have to pay back, right? You have to pay back the people that has protected you while you were there, because there's a lot of people that have your back when you are
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
those
Athlete.
environments and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But sometimes you got to sit back and think you don't owe them nothing, man. Like, and I don't think he thought through that one. So I don't think his circle was as good as his circle should have been. And now he's gonna be hanging out in Florida, right? Because it happened in Tampa.
My whole thing when I first was like
Hold up.
all this stuff is, huh?
Go ahead now.
No, what I was saying is all this stuff is material stuff. So why is that such a big deal? I'm pretty sure you got insurance on it.
It's a respect thing because it happened
No,
in
I
his
know,
home.
I know why he did it.
It happened in
No, I
his
know
hometown,
why he did it.
right? So obviously it happened in his hometown. You're in the hood, you flashing your jewelry and stuff like that. I mean, them people in the
Mhm.
hood don't care. Them people in the hood don't care where you're from, bro. I mean, they know where you're from, right? But they don't care nothing about you, man. They don't care that you've made it out the hood, right? The purpose of you making it out the hood is for you not to go back, right? And if anything, he shouldn't have been in the hood chilling and doing what you're doing. If anything, get your
Yeah.
immediate family out and never go back, man. Right? And you can sit around and say, "Well, you can't forget where you came from." Yeah, you're right. Right? That was a time in your life that you learned a lot, you experienced a lot, but you never want to go back to it. And that was just that moment that I don't think he thought through it or whatnot. And sucks for him, bro. Sucks for him. I saw him in that suicidal vest this week, and I said, "Dang, bro. I bet just a week ago you was sitting here getting ready for mini camp, right? Now,
I
now,
was
now
ready, but
you're getting ready for trial. Yeah,
the
now you're
text
getting ready
message with
for
his
a trial.
lawyers was like,
Yeah.
that's what we're about to go to trial, buddy.
Yeah, that lawyer's like, "Look, man, Imma try and get you 5 years, but I can't get you off," you know?
Shoot, 5 years would be great.
Well, I think if he can get that kidnapping charge dropped, he has a better chance, right? Because robbery can be reduced to a misdemeanor and you do no time. Keep that in mind. Because again, he robbed the people who robbed him, right? So,
Yeah.
uh, so he just got his stuff back. But that
Well,
kid
did he
but
use a weapon?
but that kidnapping and that torture charge, bro, that's military style, man. So and they say there's video.
Uh,
So what were you recording?
people.
Bad situation for him, bro. You won't have him for the 2026 season.
I ain't gonna have him for the rest.
I just thought I'd share that
Like
with you.
by the time he get out, I can still play. I'll be like, let me take his contract up.
Mm, mm, mm.
Let me fill his contract because he ain't finna get it. He just
It's
lost that
sad,
money.
bro, because you starting to hear these stories a little bit more and more from these. Um, it happens more in football than it does any other sport, and it could be because football just have way more players and athletes than the other sports as
Yeah.
well. Um, but it happens so much now to the point that you're like, bro, when are you guys gonna figure it out? I don't know.
It happens a lot more now. A lot of more people crashing out, as the kids say. Just
Hmm.
crashing out.
Yeah.
It's like nobody has a sense of patience or respect. There's no respect for nothing.
There's definitely no patience anymore. That's for sure. Um, that's why you just don't say nothing to nobody. They having that bad day. Don't say nothing to nobody you don't know. All right. Don't say nothing. I think I think last week dude was flipping me off. Right. I don't even know what I did. He just rolled up on the side of me, shot me a bird, went on about his day. Probably because I was driving slow. And everybody know I don't drive slow, but that was just the day I felt like cruising. It was 98 degrees outside. Uh, you know me. I'm sitting there looking at it. I just started laughing, right? Because I'm like, bro, you ain't finna steal my day. I'm just done with
Yeah.
people stealing my days, man. Because I know I'm gonna have one of them days, and I just hope it ain't a snap day like everybody else snapping these days. But I'm just like, um, yeah. So I just laughed at him, bro. But people do dumb stuff, bro.
I've had a
And
few of those.
but you
People
wonder,
cut you off. Here, I've had it.
but you know when they do it,
Go ahead.
you know when they do it, you sit there because sometimes you be listening to these road rage stories on the news and stuff, right? And my mental mindset is, well, what did he do to get road rage? Because they be playing a victim on the news and stuff, knowing he did something first, right? Like that's how it always works. The person that plays the victim is usually the person that started the incident, right?
Yeah.
People just got to stop doing what they doing because you don't know what people got in their cars these days. You don't know what type of day a person's having. I mean, buddy just come. I mean, he rolled up on the side. I'm look, and you know how my ride looks. He in the car, got his hand all out the window, shooting the bird and stuff. I look, then got in front of me, cut in front of me, turned around, shooting the bird. I'm like, I started clapping. I started clapping, bro. Now, my old self 10 years ago. No, sir. No, sir. Probably would have had a flat tire.
Yeah. Like you said, you don't know these people. I ain't trying to get shut up because you cut me off.
It's not worth it, man. I also think that he was just testing me that day. Yeah.
Let's see what he finna do.
Yeah. I ain't do nothing.
Oh, and I don't do anything within a 10-mile radius of my house.
Because you're gonna see him again.
Not only that, it's just because everybody in my neighborhood be either at the school or something.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
mean,
like 10 mile radius of my house. Nah.
I just usually don't have the time for it. So it is what it is. But move on, bro. We jumping into
Sports,
sports.
sports, sports. Yeah, real quick because we never even got to celebrate. I think we were actually on the championship day. It was the day after. I think we did talk a little bit about the Knicks getting that win. So the Knicks finally win the NBA championship after a 53-year drought. You didn't get a chance to talk about it. How do you feel
I
about the
didn't get to
Knicks
talk
winning?
about it. I didn't get to watch it. I didn't. So so so, so chat. I did try and wake up, and I want to call that out, right? People in Europe are idiots, by the way. I want to call it out. You guys are straight. I mean, and I told my coworker this. They really do wake up at 2 a.m. to watch NBA basketball. Those people that are NBA fanatic peoples, right? I will wake up. I woke up one night. I think it was like 4:15. They were in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left. Only part of the game I watched, entire series. But I get to work. He's like, Mo, did you see the game, man? It was a crazy one. Ending. Man, I'm like, what time you woke up to watch? And he's like, bro, we get up at 2 a.m. to watch it.
Well, they just
There's no
recorded
way.
shit.
There's no way. Because I think with sports, I think and I'm in the same situation. It is so hard for me to record sports because it's such a real time thing, right? So if you don't catch it in real time, someone's gonna spill the beans. Someone's gonna
I know I gotta yell at you all the time.
so if you don't catch it in real time, it ain't the same, right? So they really do wake up at that early, because if they record it, when are they gonna watch it? Right? They're gonna watch it the next night. when they get home, so a whole day done went by already. It's just not something they're willing to do because
Oh
there's no
no,
way you're
yeah,
gonna not hear about it at that point, right?
yeah.
Uh, but it was, so I didn't get to watch it, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but,
I mean, that's
hats
just like we got people here that be up early in the morning to watch soccer matches.
me. Me. Me every once in a while. But I ain't waking up at 2 a.m. I mean, I'll catch a 5 a.m. soccer match. I'll catch uh, a 11 p.m. soccer match, right? If the game came on at 11 p.m., I would have caught it. Game came on at 5 o'clock, I probably would have catch some of it. But between 12 and 5, I'm trying to at least get some Z's in, and I don't get a lot of it. So at least try and get something there. But uh kudos to New York, man. Like no one projected them to
Oh,
win
that's my
this
computer. I was
year.
about to push the button.
Absolutely no one picked them. If someone picked them, it's because they're a
Stephen
diehard
A.
fan.
did.
Huh?
Stephen A. picked him.
He's a diehard fan. Again, it's because
Oh,
they
you
are a
said, oh, I
diehard.
didn't hear the last part. Unless
Yeah,
you're
no,
done.
it's
Yeah.
because they're a diehard fan and they ride with their team. But you know, they how they always say it's about the best team playing the best basketball at the end of the year.
It's the best time.
Usually wins. I actually think they were playing the best basketball before I left to go to Europe.
After they
They were
got
playing
whooped up by Atlanta for 2 games.
after Atlanta beating them 3 games and they came back and said, "Absolutely not."
Yeah. But they
Something
also
clicked.
had to have some luck too, right? Just like anything, you gotta have some luck, some
It has to go
injuries.
your way. It has to go your way. Like the games that they beat San Antonio, 2 of them was by 1 point, right? The ball
Yeah,
has to
San
drop
Antonio
your way
should
as
have
well.
won those, yeah.
There's no doubt about it in sports. You gotta have some luck as well. It was just a lucky year. Now, I don't think the Knicks will ever win another championship in my lifetime.
Oh, no. No, that's
So
it.
celebrate this one.
Another 50 years. Another 50 years.
Kudos. Bronson's an awesome dude. Bridges an awesome dude. Like again, I watched those guys back in Villanova, which is why I run their offense. So I'm well familiar with those guys because I watched them back in college. So definitely kudos to those guys.
Back to back, Villanova.
Yeah, I think it's awesome that they were able to get together and then turn around and go win a championship in the NBA
Recreate
as
it.
well. But you know what? I think the person that I want to give a lot of credit to is Mike Brown, um, because Mike Brown has been fired so many times throughout in the NBA, dating back to his Cleveland days with LeBron and stuff like that. That was the first time I ever met him. I met him in Vegas, which was crazy. He was walking, and I was like, "Dude, that's Mike Brown," and he had a 5 minute conversation with me. But kudos to him because just a year ago, no, just 3 years ago, he was on the Golden State Warriors team that was on a phenomenal championship run. Then Sacramento pulls him away and don't give him the fair opportunity to actually win with some great pieces. They fire him. New York could not get the champion that they looked for, and then look what happened, right? So, kudos to that guy. It's well deserved by that guy, I think. And it doesn't get any
Forever.
better than what's that?
Forever. He
Yeah.
is a VIP wherever he wants to go.
And he should be.
Like, they ain't got to pay for nothing ever in New York.
Yeah, he should be. But it's awesome. Again, it's awesome for him. So I'm definitely happy for him. Let's
Yeah,
let's
we're
before
next. We're going to talk
before
about the trade. We're going to talk about the draft.
before you talk about the draft or the trade, let's talk about Portland. Uh, Portland hired the coach on a 1 year contract, and I listened to that coach.
Wait a minute. That dude got a 1 year contract.
Yeah, yeah. So we're not there yet. Yeah. Oh, you
Who
wasn't aware.
signs a 1 year contract?
Oh, you wasn't aware of that.
No.
So
What coach signs a 1 year contract?
he said he wanted to gamble on himself. So Portland was only
Your
offering
team's not
him
even know. Your team's not even get your culture in 1 year.
Portland only offered a 1 year contract to this assistant coach.
This dude trying to have us. He's trying to take the team out of the state.
So
Somebody's gonna have to buy him out, or otherwise you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose the
not-
Trailblazers, and it's gonna
well,
be.
he just
It's
bought the
gonna be
team.
a hell.
He just bought the team, so no one's gonna buy him out. But I
Well,
do want to.
he's majority owner of it. He ain't the full owner.
I believe in gambling on myself. He was an assistant at Minnesota, and he just wanted his opportunity. He said
Be a
for
head
20
coach, yeah.
for 25 years, he said he did not have an agent, right? He just gambled on himself. The last 3 years, he's had an agent. Portland came, only offered a 1-year deal. Now the coaches union is not happy about the 1-year deal
The
because it's
lease deal is a 3-year deal. Like you at least sign a 3-year at
1
the
year,
least.
1 year. So it made me start to think, what's the appropriate contract for a basketball coach? And the reason why I say that is because in high school coaches are on 1-year contracts. They're not on 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you and your AD may say, "I'll give you 4 years or 5 years," but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, you're on a 1-year contract.
Yeah, you're year to year.
You're year to year. So what's the appropriate age? I mean, what's the appropriate terms for a coach at any level?
NBA level, it's a different talk. You're talking different money, right? It should
Oh,
be
yeah,
at the
big time, big
least.
time.
It should be at the least 3 years. At the least. At the least.
So
Like
that that
you got colleges throwing money away for coaches that are chilling at home, not doing nothing, paying them millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's funny you're saying that because I think that 1 year is only 1 million. I think that was the terms. It could be a little bit over a
What's
million.
um
Um,
what's his name? Lakers coach. Never coached. Ever.
JJ
Ever
Redick,
coached.
JJ
Never
Redick.
coached.
Yeah.
Not an assistant.
Hmm.
He coaches he coached grade school basketball.
Yeah.
That dude went from grade school basketball
Yeah.
to the NBA.
Yeah. On a 5-year deal,
You've been coaching for
28
25 years.
years. 28 years.
You didn't gamble on yourself. You lowered your standards.
And his response, one of the things as I was listening to his speech, he said,
That's why Tiago didn't take the job.
he said, rarely ever you get a you land a team that's ready to win now.
Well, he don't say all the right stuff to say.
I'm just saying that was his comment. So I thought that was actually
Well, the
pretty
Blazers are in the hunt to try to get what's his name from Celtics.
Yeah, but they're not willing to give up Klingon, so the Celtics ain't gonna take that trade.
Well, I wouldn't give up Klingon either.
I'm saying that's who the Celtics said that they'll throw in. Blazers done threw all kind of picks at them.
Yeah, I'm not giving
Young
up Klingon
talent.
for that.
Celtics done made it clear that they want Klingon, so that's why
Well, yeah,
you're not.
yeah, you need a big over here. So why would you
Yeah,
give up that big?
yeah, that's why you're not seeing that happen.
You're
But
seven.
I just wanted to call it out because it's funny you're saying that because I was a little bit surprised that it was a 1 year.
I didn't even
Bickerstaff,
know that. That's
Bickerstaff, was
insane.
just, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't believe his agent let him do that.
Yeah, staying in Portland. They had the city council meeting over the new arena that the NBA said that Portland must do these upgrades.
Yeah,
The
and the taxpayers said hell to the no.
the taxpayers are saying no. The owner is saying he's not willing to put any of his dollars against it. The NBA is saying you must do these upgrades. So Portland's out of here in 3 years, maybe.
Oh yeah, they're gone. He's moving them. He's moving them. He's doing his best to piss people off. So you'd be like, boom. But the thing about it is, that's all they got. He don't understand that.
But my thing here's my thing. He's not billionaires aren't going to understand what all someone has because they're billionaires. I always want to
Correct.
call it out.
That's what I'm saying.
But also here's my thing. It's the city of Portland not giving him the opportunity to make the adjustments that he needs to make. And the reason why I asked that question is because he just won an NHL championship just 2 weeks ago.
Back to back.
No, he was there last year. He didn't win it last year.
Also, he's 2 out of 3. Then
Yeah.
yeah.
So are they just not giving him a fair shot, or are they, or is Portland being too hard on this guy and not letting him work?
So I think we kind of touched base on this a little bit. Me and HD is like, why am I going to be paying out of my taxes
Mhm.
to support something that I don't get a break back on? Like, I'm not getting free tickets. I'm not getting anything cheaper on the tickets, but yet I'm donating my tax money to go to that.
So So I want to comment
And
on
they're
that.
like, well, this money's going back into the community. Well, what if I don't own a business? Then how am I getting that money back from the community?
So you don't get a break in any of your taxes.
So now you're just
I'm I'm
paying
just
everything.
I'm just I'm just stating the obvious. You don't get a break in any of your taxes in Oregon. You don't see any of that money back. Our schools are at the bottom. Our schools are at the
I
bottom.
understand you don't see any of
Uh,
that money back, but that stuff is already allocated, right? Like you already voted to allocate that to do that. And it's supposed to go back into the community, into the schools and all
mhm,
that stuff. That's what it's supposed to do.
yeah.
Whereas if you're using this taxpayer, it's going to the state, to the arena,
Mhm,
but what's coming back out of the arena? Only thing is I get to keep a team here that I got to go pay to see
mhm,
still, which is going to cost me probably more because the prices are going to go up, especially once you start renovating it that I paid
yeah,
for the renovations on.
mm, yeah, yeah.
Right? So,
Um,
like, I don't even live in Portland, but if the people in Portland got a kickback or a break, like, okay, you know what? We'll give such and such amount of people, every household,
mhm,
5 tickets for certain games.
yeah, yeah.
Right? So it felt like that since I am giving you something, I am getting something in return from it.
Gotcha, gotcha. That's fair.
And I think that's what the people are wanting to see from it. Whereas it's just like, I'm just coming to take your money. You guys are going to pay for this stuff that I pay because I'm a billionaire and I bought, but I'm going to
Mhm,
make y'all pay for it. Well, why? I'm looking at it as you make billions of dollars. That's nothing but a tax write off for your ass. Just pay for it.
gotcha. And chat, due to the issues we had up front, we're gonna go over tonight, just FYI.
Oh, I
Uh,
was
so
already, I was
yeah.
already playing.
So no, no, no. That's fair. So again, there's a lot of stuff in the news with Portland. I just thought it was all surprising over the last week. As I'm catching back up into the United States sports world, because I was watching hand slap in Europe. That was the only thing that was on. By the way, they were slapping the shit out of each other.
Hey, my
But
guy, my guy with the brown hair and the beard.
yeah, that dude's good. He's a beast. Uh, but yeah, that was that between that and repeats of football. That was about all that was on. Um, Jump into the NBA draft before we talk about trades. We're not going to talk about who went 1 through 62
I was just
or
gonna ask you,
who
how
was
do
the
you feel about
winner.
the first 2 picks? And then who do you think is gonna be the best out of the picks?
I was about to ask you who was the winner. Who was the winner of the draft? Who got the best player in the draft?
To be honest with you, for the best fit and everything they're trying to do, I think Acuff with Sacramento
Mm,
is the best fit, right? Because they just got rid of Fox, and they kinda haven't filled that void. They have, Levine and them there, but they're not really point guards. They're
mhm.
actually the same position, so one of them they probably need to go.
Yeah.
Uh, but I think that's the best fit. Although I don't know what's really going on in Utah, and I really don't know what's happening in Washington, but AJ in that little rim, he doesn't have to come out and be the man, right? Because you got some core guys if they aren't hurt.
So yeah, so I do think Acuff and Sacramento is probably the best fit. I agree.
I
Um,
think Milwaukee did a pretty good job with their top picks.
However, I think Milwaukee's going to go into a rebuild, and who they picked was pretty good. But they are going to go into a rebuild situation. I do think with AJ or whoever would have went to Washington, having a Trey Young and Anthony Davis, even though Washington hasn't won a game, they haven't been a winning team. I actually think having those 2 veterans is actually a plus,
Yeah.
for him, because typically great players, my guy Boozer, I'm sorry, my guy, goes to really bad teams, um, and it sucks for those players, right? And that's why I
Well,
always
most of those teams don't have, that veteran leadership.
But that's also why I always wish the NBA draft would change their draft strategies, to stop tanking or whatever the case may be. I actually think it should be, we're just going to pull the balls and whoever lands the spot. Doesn't matter if you're if you're the
The
worst team
one
or the
shot,
best team,
one ball
bottom
apiece. Yeah.
yeah, one ball apiece, and how it lands is how it lands, right? And the only reason why I say that is because A, teams will stop tanking and try and get that top pick, but B, it also allows these really good, talented college kids to have an opportunity when they get to the league. Not everybody's gonna get to the league and be a LeBron. Not everybody's gonna get to the
Yeah.
league and be a Wemby, right? Wemby had Chris Paul to actually help him, and Wemby actually came out and said if it wasn't for Chris Paul, he don't know where he would be because Chris Paul was a great veteran leader for him. I
Yeah.
do think that that Trey Young and AD will be a great veteran leader for AJ, which is going to give him the edge over everyone else. Utah,
They
you
got
know,
so many top picks. Like it's crazy.
eventually Utah is going to have to do something. Eventually, they're going to have to do something. That's all I can say. They're going to have to do something. Right now, I don't think they're looking to win. I don't know what the owner's trying to do.
I mean, they
Uh,
got a number 2 pick and a number 3 pick.
yeah,
Last
no,
year,
no one.
3 with
Yeah,
Ace.
that's what I'm saying. But even the number 2 pick, he was inconsistent at Kansas, and I wanna make sure I call it. I actually think that's why Washington didn't go after him because I feel that he's the best talent,
Yeah.
but AJ is the best overall player, right? And
Consistent
and and and
player.
that's a big difference, right?
He also led the
Um,
country in scoring too. So
Back to back, Utah drafted 2 players that, one of them said he wasn't going to Utah.
didn't want to go there. Yep.
And then now you got this one that, ego was super high in college, right? He determined when he wanted to play versus when he not. And, you pick up another player. I actually think they should have got Boozer. Like, I do think
They
Utah,
got so many bigs that they got
I,
Jaren Jackson.
you know what? That's another trade for a draft pick. Like,
They
I,
just
I,
traded pieces for him.
but you're young. Yeah, I mean, you're young. You're not trying to win, right? At least put him in a situation. Now, I wanna get to my guy Boozer because I love Boozer, I'm a big Boozer fan. Um, he got the shit end of the stick.
Wait a minute. They just got Zach Edey. I just thought about that. So now it's
They did
him.
they did get Edie.
Who's just the
Um,
4 now, huh? He
so
gonna have to
so
get quick.
so he got the shit end of the stick for multiple reasons. Memphis is just going down in every possible way when it comes to basketball, right? You hear all of these players talking about why don't they just move them to Nashville, right? You hear all of this, they don't want to be in the city or like the coaching staff, the front office, just everything that's going on. You can't get nobody to trade for Jaw, right? So it's almost like you just put this boy in a bad situation as he's coming off a really good tournament run. So I do think he got the shit end of the stick of that draft.
I mean, usually that's how it works, though, right? Usually you're going to a sorry team and you're that kid or that player to,
Yeah, but I think that's what the league has to change it, man. I do think that's what the league has to change what they're doing. We shouldn't just because you had a phenomenal year in college does not make you the face of the Nets franchise. Just because you've had a amazing year in college does not make you have to be drafted to a shitty team because now you go and have a phenomenal year, win a championship like the Michigan kid, and then you get drafted by a team that barely won 20 games last year.
well, then you just have a decent college year and you go ahead and kill it in the combine.
But
And
then
you
you're
get
cheating.
drafted
But,
late.
but then you're cheating yourself, right? So those guys are at a lose lose situation, man. That's just how
Yeah,
I look.
so then you go to a good team, then you don't even play.
But you know what? That's where that development comes in at, and that's why the Europeans are ahead of us in basketball right now, and they're going to
That was
continue.
also another thing. Not a whole lot of,
This year there
um,
wasn't. This year there wasn't, and
players
and the
from
reason,
different countries.
but
Also,
the reason
although we did have our first ever Mexican nationalists
I saw that. I saw that.
ever
You know,
drafted.
that was this year because you gotta understand how the European how Europe operates as well. You gotta understand that Europe doesn't produce every year athletes, right? In about 2, 3 years, you're gonna have a ton of talent
Next
coming
year.
out because there's a process to what they're doing, right? There's a fundamental process before they start to propose players to go and play in the league at that point, right? Where in the NBA in the US, it's all about I need to get the bag, right? Those guys aren't making that money like we're making here in the States in college or anything, right? So therefore they're grinding, right? The grind is gone, right? Those days of grinding, it's gone, right? Even as coaches,
Grind,
you
no
got
grind until you get that college. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, exactly. You grind till you get that first check in college, and all of a sudden you're like, we're good. We're
yeah,
good. So it's a little bit different, man. I mean, but I mean, even AJ, right? They paid him 7 million last year.
that's
Seven
insane.
million dollars to participate in
That's
college
why Utah was
basketball,
so upset they didn't get that pick.
but not only to participate in college basketball, but to participate on a team that damn near had a 0 chance % in winning it all. And then they just got the number one pick again for 8 million this year. So I
The
just think
number
it's
one
crazy.
player.
Yeah, for 8 million this year. So that
I
Utah
mean, if
owner,
you gonna pay for it, you gonna pay for it.
that Utah owner is dumping money into that in that program, and that's why I keep
Because
saying
he's hoping that these players gonna end up on his team.
I well, you're dumping money for the wrong reasons because
That's
if
what
you're
he tried
trying
to
to
do,
if,
and
if
then
you're
that's
trying
why
to be good,
he got messed up out of it when they were like, you can't be just tanking. They knew that he was tanking to try to get AJ because he had invested in him already.
but you know what? That's the NBA fault, right? Because as an owner, maybe they need to go back and say you cannot donate money to these colleges, right? Because they know he's big in the BYU community. They know that. They know this,
Well,
right?
well,
So
how's that?
maybe
Okay, how is that fair though? Right?
that's a conflict of
That
interest.
should be an unfair to the NBA. Like if I'm already paying for kids and I'm an owner of an NBA team, that means that I'm already cheating the system because I'm investing in this kid, looking for this kid to be coming my way. And if I don't get him in a draft, who he gonna come to after that? When it's time to
Yeah,
sign, he
yeah,
gonna
but
look at me because I done paid him
but
early.
but that's not cheating the system. That's college and their rules, right? Like that's taking advantage of the system that the NCAA has put in place. All right, we had a big trade last
You
week.
can't do that in football.
Well, football, you got to be
Oh,
professional.
Mo, go ahead and talk about your trade.
We had a big
Talk,
trade. There's there's there's
put the big
actually been a
smile
lot
on
of
your face.
there's been a lot of trades. There's been a whole
Put
lot
your,
of
put
trades.
your birthday hat on. Get your dance
Lamelo
on.
Lamelo going to Minnesota. What was your thoughts on that? Because first they got rid of Julius Randle, right, and then they turned around, and then they decided to trade.
Minnesota was getting rid of Julius Randle.
Say that again.
I already knew that was happening. I said I already knew getting rid of him at the end of the run.
And then they traded for Lamelo. What are your thoughts on that one?
LaMelo. I didn't know that was happening. That's why did he do something? Did something happen that him now? Like you literally had a good core of young guys building. I know you got White in, so you saying White is worth getting rid of him, but they get some of it. So maybe that's what they wanted.
I
But I
actually
think it's good for the Timberwolves on one part because that gives added score. So he doesn't have to be that part. So now he can go get bucket.
I
Now where's is
I
defensively Nas Reed.
I was surprised on the trade. I don't think that makes them any better than what they were. Right? You get rid of Reed and you get rid of Randall. I actually think you took a step back.
The Randall
Miami,
part, I don't think you take a step back, but the Reed part, I think so.
Miami.
But I don't think this makes them. I don't think them beat.
No, they got worse.
San
No,
Antonio or
I
Thunder.
really do. I really do feel they
Yeah.
got worse. Bottom line, they got worse. Miami, Miami, Miami. Pat Riley said it last year. He was going all in for Giannis, and he went all in. He sold a lot.
Yeah, it's just Giannis. You got Giannis, and you got Bam. That's all you got on your squad.
You got Wiggins.
Oh no, you got Wiggins.
You got Wiggins and Mitchell. So you got a couple. You actually have some pretty solid
You got a
people
couple pieces.
that are sitting there. Yeah. First of all,
How do you feel about the trade? You wanted to get rid of what's his name anyway, so
So the people we got rid of, the only person I hated to see go was Kellen Ware. I actually think Kellen Ware was actually on the upside of stuff.
Let's say Walquez.
And I liked him as a center. So I think where I'm at with the trade, I don't care about the players that left. Right, I told you Hero has overstayed his welcome anyways. So send him back home. Good, he's back in Milwaukee where he was born and raised, so he's good there. Right?
Oh yeah, that is where you from.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shoot.
So it's a homecoming for him. So he's good. I think
You about to ball out.
I think we gave a little bit too many draft picks up, but I guess I can live with it because we haven't drafted anybody great since Bam, anyways. So like when you get draft areas 13 plus, it's almost like mm, 50-50 hit
It
or
just
miss.
depends on the year. Like this year, it mattered.
Yeah, yeah, hit or miss. It's a hit or miss situation when you
Yeah.
get them drafted. So I'm not too bothered by that. I think if my guy Pat can get LeBron back in South Beach, I'd be happy.
So we're gonna have Bam, Bron, and Giannis.
If he can get LeBron back in South Beach, I'd be
Bron
happy.
hasn't signed yet, so he waiting to see where everybody else is gonna happen.
Bron is waiting to see if everybody else is gonna happen, but Bron also is he's a smart guy. I don't think he's going back to LA. I don't. I just think with the Lakers signing Buddy with all of that money,
Reeves,
I
Reeves
don't think
184.
yeah, I don't
I
think
mean,
I don't think they have the money. So um
they have the money. It's just you're not gonna be able to do anything else.
I think they have 50
You're
million.
basically coming back to the table with the same team,
Yeah, I don't think LeBron stays in
minus the
that.
guy. I mean, adding the guys you drafted.
Yeah, I don't think he goes back. I think, yeah, no. Hopefully, Pat can bring him back. But I would love to see him. We still Nolan Powers haven't re-signed yet either. And I know
He's
we didn't have the
restricted.
money for him, but he also have not signed with anyone yet. So there's something boiling there. Because I was expecting day one of free agency.
They're trying to see if
Everybody,
it's a pay cut.
everybody's going after him. You see what I'm saying? And the fact that he's sitting there quiet and idle, something's boiling. Because you
Still
would
need a
have thought
point guard.
everybody was going after no, going after him. Wiggins can run a point.
No, he can't.
Yeah, he can.
No, he can't.
Because
They need a point guard.
now he don't have to 1-on-1. He has to just give Giannis the ball.
You know what was kind of crazy though? There were so many players that were left unrestricted free agents
Mhm.
from the draft or unsigned or undrafted.
I'm not surprised, bro. I'm just not surprised because I think again there was one player that if he would have stayed, he would have probably been a top pick next year. But then he decided to try and come out early. Why? I mean,
Evans, I think
yeah,
Evans should have stayed.
yeah, I think so. Here's my thing on them. Why? Why would you come out early given the college lifestyle and luxury you currently have at this moment?
And you're a second round pick.
And you're a second round. Unless you know that you are a
Yeah.
for sure first
Unless you're
rounder.
unless you're a senior.
Yeah, unless you're a
Yeah,
senior or you
but that's the thing.
sure first rounder. Why?
If you're a freshman or sophomore and you're not a first rounder, I'm not coming out.
Yeah, why? But because you're
And there were
making
no juniors. There were no juniors in this draft.
yeah. So that's why I'm like, why?
No juniors. It was freshmen, sophomore, and seniors.
Yeah, so that's just crazy just thinking about that. But like I said, it is what it is. I'm happy Miami. I thought it was a really good overall draft. Now there is a lot of unrestricted free agency. So I think it should be interesting, but NBA got to change this whole draft policy. I do like that it was on a Tuesday. I like how they started moving stuff in the middle of the week now versus waiting and waiting. So I did like that part. But yeah, another thing in sports before we end it tonight. College. The new college rules has a 5 for 5. They voted unanimously on that. I can never say that word, but
I
they
think 5 for
voted
5.
it. Now it's 5 for 5. You got 5 years to play. You got 5 your college year now starts on
What's
your
your
day
start?
one. It starts day 1 of you enrolling or on your 19th birthday. You have exactly 5 years. There's no red shirt year. There's no medical year. 5 years to play 5 years to play 5 years. Period. What are your thoughts on
Well,
that?
28-year-olds, you done had your time.
Now, I do want to call out
30-year-olds still in college, it's over.
I do want to call out that
No more COVID years for you guys.
I do want to call out that there is a major lawsuit that's happening right now that was filed shortly after they signed that into law now, by the older players, saying that the NCAA is no longer providing them with the opportunity to excel. What are your thoughts on that? Because I'm going to give my 2 cents, and some people may not like it, but I want to hear what you got to say.
If you can't excel in 5 years, then you ain't excelling. Like, get out. Come on now. Like, just think of some of the key people that would still be in sports if they to play 7, 8 years in college. Just think of that. 7 to 8 years, and now you're getting paid. Of course, you want to stay in there longer because you're getting paid.
So,
If you're gonna pay me as a 28-year-old, like a 19-year-old in college, I'm gonna be there
so I
with
think
my kids.
So I think that's what's wrong with the American society today, right? The NCAA is a business, okay? The NCAA has business rules and business policies. If the NCAA decides that they want to go 5 for 5, right? Or they decide you only get 4 years eligibility or three, that is their business process. You do not have the right to go and sue someone because they changed their business process and business policies.
Oh, they
That's
do it
the
all the time.
but that's the problem we have right now in the US, and I'm really curious how this lawsuit's gonna pan out. And the reason why I say that
But
is because I wanna see if the NCAA gonna change what they're doing. I wanna see if they're gonna budge.
nope.
But I just think the bottom line, and that's the biggest problem we have, and I'm gonna be honest, I won a championship with Georgia with Carson Beck, and he was 27, 26 years old, whatever he was, I don't remember. But bottom line, at the end of the day, if policies are gonna change, that does not give you the right to sue. Just because your ass is 25, 28, 29, 30 years old, trying to beat up on little 17, 18-year old, that is not their fault. That is not their fault that you decided to wait till you're
Yeah, Uncle
20.
Rico.
Yeah, to go hoop, bro. You had every opportunity in the world, right, from the moment you turned
Uh,
18, but you decided to go some other route, and
well,
then
all
all of
they're
a
gonna do is go to the courts, and the courts are gonna say, you know what? Since you go to my college here, I'm gonna overturn this, and I believe
but
you should be able to play.
but,
That's
you know,
my thing is how come the court can
that's why that's why I struggle.
decide it?
But what you just said is the reason why I'm struggling because I'm like at the end of the day, the NCAA is a business. So what you're telling me right now, the company I currently work for, if they change their business processes and policies, if I don't
I
like
like
it,
it.
I can go and sue them.
Be like, hey, you know what? We decided to fire you. I'm gonna see you guys.
Yeah, like make it make sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. So like I love the
I don't
five for
know.
five. I'm happy
What
about
we
it.
do.
I'm excited about it. I hope it stays, and I hope that these judges don't get involved talking about some well this and well that. At the end of the day, let the 5 for 5 be there. At the end of the day, allow it to happen because I think that is the perfect time for amateur
It's
basketball.
fair. That,
18 years
that's
old
beyond
to
fair
23. Yeah, that's beyond fair. They're giving you 5 years to play 5 years. You can
because you're
actually
you're only
play.
supposed to have 4.
Yeah, you can actually play. You now have 5 years of eligibility. So therefore, you go to JUCO for 2 years, you still have 3 years of eligibility left now, right? So they are trying to make it every opportunity it's possible. I love the new policy. I've read up on it. It's the right thing. Anyways, we got a couple more minutes left, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a good
What's that?
call.
Oh, you're breaking up again. Hold up.
No, what I was saying, I said that's a great thing because it gives those younger kids that opportunity
Yes.
to still
Yes.
play.
Yes.
Because a lot of those younger kids get
But you're breaking up again. But yeah, you're 100% right. You even heard coaches talking about why would I take an 18-year-old when I got this 26-year-old that has that much more talent than that 18-year-old? Right? I'm gonna take that. You hear
That's
this from coaches right now. So now it forces coaches to go back and recruit high school athletes and not go and grab somebody that's 24, 25 years old to be able to come and hoop for you. And for those of you
yeah, I like
guys that
that.
are 28, 29, bro, your career's over, bro. Go get a job. The hell.
You should
I'm
have
bi-
doing.
I'm bitter on that topic,
I know
bro.
what we're doing. We're still kicking it at college. Like, we're still at college. We're still at the parties. We're still turning up. Never leaving college again. I'm still here. Like, I get it. I get it. Half of y'all ain't even
Crazy.
going
Yeah.
to basketball, football.
All right, let's do our cut. So you
Also, we do need to talk before we get out of here. We do. I don't even watch it, but we do need to just discuss it because there's a lot of people that do watch the World Cup,
yeah,
and
I
it is on. And as Hanny last time, college basketball, soccer, and it's on 30 days of games
mhm.
and all this, and I have not watched but a total of 5 minutes of soccer. I'm
Well,
just being honest.
let's try and get through it without you breaking up. Like that's the thing. As you're starting to break up, I'm like, oh god, I got to get off the phone before this thing happens. But as you're breaking up, yeah. So World Cup is happening. It's massive. I watch a lot of it. I'm not gonna sit here and that like I don't watch it. It's one of my favorite things to watch this time of year. Shout out to the small countries. The Cape Verdeos, the South Africa man. South Africa lost today in the knockout round, but they made it to the knockout round. They weren't supposed to be there. So like there's Uruguay got knocked out, right? And that was crazy to actually see them not even make it, and they was at like ranked number 20th in the world or whatnot. So it is happening. I think it's awesome. Let's save it for a topic next week because I think we're going to be at the round of 16 by the time we get to next weekend, which is going to be awesome. But also, I want to talk about some of the fans. Like a lot of the fans are posting their first experience in America, and it's just awesome to see a lot of these fans out there. It's posting their first experience, but I'll be in a good mood tomorrow as long as Germany win.
The crazy thing about it is a lot of these people didn't even know they're fans.
Well, you know what? Like
I must be delayed.
a, a lot of people aren't fans of a lot of stuff, but it is what it is. But I still got Germany
So
winning it
do
all.
you have your American flag, your US team?
I got Germany winning it all like I do every World Cup, bro. I'm not gonna jump on an American bandwagon just because they're having some success. I am rooting for them. I really do hope that
Well,
they make it to
I
the
would think you'd be American.
what's that? I'm sorry, you broke up again, bro.
Ain't that how that works?
What's that?
I said with American because you're American. Ain't that how it works?
To ask the players that question. You got players that's from other countries that's playing for different countries, man. If
Hmm.
if we as Americans had to only root for America as Americans, this would have probably been the first year of the World Cup that we would actually enjoy. Because usually the Americans are out in the group play or don't make it at all. So everybody has their team. A lot of people put Spain's the favorite, right? Everybody pushing Spain. I actually don't think Spain's gonna make it. I think my Germans can make it this year. We'll see how it pans out though.
I think my Germans can make it. I'm gonna pick a team when we get to the Sweet 16.
Well, that's gonna be next
That's
week.
when I'll start watching.
All right. Who you cutting, bro? I got one person to cut, but I'm gonna let you do your cut.
Shoot, I
Hopefully you
had quite a
hopefully
few
you
people
don't break
for
up
this,
doing your cut.
but you know what? I actually today cut.
You ain't got nobody to cut.
Nope, nobody to cut. I ain't been nowhere to cut
Well,
nobody.
you know what? I ain't been nowhere either. But you guys know who I'm cutting. I'm cutting that damn president of ours once again. right? I swear he gonna be cut more times in 2026 than he's ever been cut in his life, right? I'm not even gonna get on the Iran topic today. I'll say that for a different topic. But bottom
Gosh.
line, bottom line, he decided to change the damn swimming pool out for $14.7 million, only for it to turn green. And instead of him just taking ownership up and say, I effed up, I got the wrong person, he decided to blame it on vandalisms. And not only is he blaming it on vandalisms, but now they are out there arresting people. Listen to me, arresting people. If you stick your damn hand in that water, you are vandalizing it, or what you call it. You know what? Shame on him. He needs to go at this point. You guys know how I feel. I am very, very, very liberal, right? I'm for what's right. I don't care if you're Democrats. I don't care if you're Republicans. But at the end of the day, this dude is a pure idiot, right? You're not going to take ownerships for anyone. I don't care if they come knocking at my door because I'm calling them an idiot. Yes, I am. That's not a threat, right? I'm just saying, at the end of the damn day, you are going to literally sit here and say the water turned green because of vandalism. That is just
Well, here's the
pure.
crazy part. It was already said that it was already messed up from them doing it. They used the cheap stuff that they weren't supposed to use in there.
I
So
am
how is it
fully aware.
vandalism when people are putting their hands in that water for decades?
I am fully aware. And that's the part that has made me really bothered, really irritated, really irate, because I'm sitting here and I'm listening to this person
We
that
need
has
it.
never in his life said, "My bad. I
Oh,
messed
he
up."
ain't.
Bro, a human, a normal person that knows how it feel to be poor,
No, no.
that knows how it feel to be broke, that knows how it feel to be shitted on, would say, "My bad. I messed up. I apologize," right? Instead, you want to blame everybody but yourself because you decided to spend $15 million or $14.7 million of our Americans' tax dollars so that you can have this beautiful, beautiful pool that turned out to be green
That's
shit.
because he tried to go cheap and have his boy do it.
And that's what happens when you don't need the foreigners, right? Since you said American first, you don't hire none of us minority peoples and stuff like that. I can go on and on. I can spend time. I'm very dedicated on this particular
Oh,
topic
well,
here
well, we
because
got a
I
lot to
don't
talk
like.
about on the next
I
show
I
then.
have I have not enjoyed watching, turning on my TV and seeing or going to social media and seeing people getting arrested because they're sticking their hand in water. I was in Washington D.C. when I was younger. I stuck my hand in that exact same water. It is
Here's
not
today.
vandalism.
I got to
Your
do it today.
hand, your hand does not generate algae, my brother, right? For once, just for once. All I want to hear him say these next 3 years, I don't care what he does do to our country. I don't care how rich he decide to make his family. I just want to hear him one time
Say I
say,
trespassed.
my bad, guys. I got it wrong. I don't, and again, we'll talk about Iran next week. We'll talk about that's a whole nother conversation, right? But
Ooh-wee.
it is not those people's fault. I'm still mad about it. You better get us out of here because I'm about to go in on him some more. I am not happy about that. Peoples, we'll talk to you next week.
Wow. And all that out. We're out.
Hey, we want to thank y'all for listening tonight. Please subscribe and share if you fell in the vibe. Hope our topic of discussion got you thinking right. We do this for y'all every Sunday night.
Hey,
Well,